Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Blue Columbine, and here's her story. Ollie, thank you so much for your last video you made for me titled, "You Owe the Narcissist Nothing for Giving Birth to You." I guess I'll start by clarifying. The broken nose I was born with was not a birth defect. It was an injury from impact. That's why my story is told in such a way. The doctor said, heard you're fast, let's see how fast you are. Out I came, and he said, I didn't mean for you to slam dunk the kid. My mom tells it in a bragging light, like people are going to be impressed by how strong her pussy is or something. It's all about her, how strong and badass she is, and the doctor being a dickhead, and how she really just showed him. Yeah, narcs always love to try to think they showed up a doctor somehow, makes them superior. I just find that story and the perspective it is told to me over and over again to be extremely barbaric. I mean, what kind of mother brags about smashing their kid's face in with their vagina? A monster, not a mother. Moving forward, I didn't have any privacy growing up. There were no door handles on any of the bathrooms, and my parents always said they were switching out the hardware. They eventually, more than a decade later, put the old hardware back on. There was nothing wrong with it in the first place. It was free reign for anyone to come in and do whatever while you were doing your business, or if you were in there grooming or whatever, someone could just walk in and start going to the bathroom. There were 3 bathrooms in the house, and even with 4 kids, this could have been avoided. But if you said anything about it, you're the asshole, uptight, and you're being difficult or rude. I also remember showering with my parents. Ugh. These bathroom habits, the privacy, the doors, I mean, it's all just so common over and over and over again. I feel like even a bath would have been less weird because when you're a small kid, standing, your face is just the height to be all up in their privates. It was a small shower too, tight for my mom and dad, so bringing a kid in, practically smashing me against their junk is just gross. There were both, like all 3 in the shower. Another thing was every month or so, like clockwork, my mother would go into my room and go through just to wreck everything. Just throw all my stuff on the ground. She'd turn the smallest thing she'd find into a huge deal and would literally beat me for it. If she didn't find anything, she'd just yell at me for having such a messy room and wouldn't leave me until I cleaned it. This was insanity. I remember being completely unable to even start. I'd be on the floor, freaked out, crying, and confused. This became one of my main triggers. Yeah, it's like a boot camp where all they do is break you down and they never build you back up. They're drill sergeants who only break you. That's what they do. They come in and they fucking terrorize you and they leave you in shambles and they just leave you there. All they do is destroy. All they do is demolition. That's all the narcissist knows how to do, is destroy and demolish. Even when they're acting like they're building you up, they're really breaking you down more. All it would take is for someone to fuck up my room, move things, throw stuff, break shit, and I would absolutely break down. I made the mistake of telling some of the narcs that came into my life later how much it upsets me, and surprise, surprise, it was used against me by them too. My mom grew advanced in her evil ways as she grew older. She began with really unhinged, overt displays of rage and violence, and it grew into a more noticeable, a more unnoticeable, behind the scenes covert manipulation played out with layers and layers of psychological warfare. Basically creating a problem, punishing me, blaming me, and in that brainwashing me to believe that I was horrible and a problem and unworthy of love. This was one of my mother's tactics. Okay? Create a problem, blame you for it, punish you for it, and then use it against you. This program still shows itself to me, and it's a constant battle sometimes to not believe the lies that have been hardwired to me from such a young age. I am just so grateful I can see it now. Before, when I was blinded to it, I was a slave and my soul was lost, spirit broken. I have been brought back to see the light and become a new person. This will forever be my story, but now I can see clearly and think for myself and choose a new path. This has all been a huge lesson, and the only thing to do is cut contact completely forever. It's the hardest choice I've ever had to make in my life, but it's an obvious one. It's blindingly obvious. It shouldn't be this hard. I think it's still that programming. It's like you have to believe in yourself so much to work against the parts of yourself that you know aren't true. I mentioned to you in my last video that I was breastfed till 4, and you're right, that's way too old. None of my other siblings were breastfed past the regular time, just me. I'm going to get into left field here, but I honestly feel that my mother is a borderline witch. That extra time being solely dependent on her that way created a soul tie between us, one of gargantuan measure. I feel as though I was groomed for this role in my family by her, like a circus animal. I just thank God for showing me the truth and restoring me back to strength. I will send to you again very soon. Thank you again so much for all that you do here on the channel. You have helped bring me to my senses about a lot of this. Till the next time, take care. God bless. Blue Columbine. That's exactly what the narc does. And we've all done this, and we've all been through this. The narcissist creates a problem and then blames you for it, and then uses it against you for the rest of your life. And it's not that they're creating this problem. This is just something that they do because, they fucked up and now I got to figure out. They do that. They make their own mistakes these aren't mistakes when they do this. They do this deliberately. They're sitting there, how can I fucking get control over this person? How can I screw with this person? What can I say? And that's what they do. This isn't just through the course of, this isn't an example of where they fuck something up legitimately and then blame you. Because they do that plenty. This is when the narcissist deliberately causes a problem and blames you for it. Because all they know how to do is destroy. All they know how to do is deconstruct. All they know how to do is demolish. That's the narcissist. So I hope that helps. Thank you for another contribution and story, Blue Columbine. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help or can't afford it, or just have a private video made, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.